So today we will talk about this B disc, which you can see is of exceptional quality. It's Han Dynasty, and it has a highly desirable color, which is a variation of yellow tones, which go from pale yellow to a deep, almost ochre tone. It's completely opaque, and it is in absolutely spectacular condition. And the great thing about this type of color is that the knobs that are all over this B have a different color than the background. And that is because the lapidary who carved this in the Han Dynasty 2000 years ago had a very, very good idea of controlling the levels of colors that are in the jade to create this fascinating effect of the knobs standing out so much. The reason why we have this B disc here is because 2000 years after it was carved, it has been excavated in China in the 18th century, and it has drawn the attention of a noted collector of Hongli. To those that know Chinese history, it is apparent and known that Hongli was the native name of Qianlong, the emperor of China from 1736 to 1795, one of the greatest character that 5,000 years of Chinese history have produced, and a remarkable leader and also a remarkable collector. And he had this stand made by the imperial workshops in the 18th century, like he did for all the jades that he personally collected. Now, he had quite a big collection, but he had also, of course, the possibility to choose only the best jade, and that is why he chose this Han disc that was made 2,000 years earlier. This stand is created in a way that it absolutely perfectly fits the jade. It can be inserted here, and then you make just this move, and there you go. It sits perfectly tight. Yeah, there's no moving around, no fooling around. And this is, keep in mind, 200, almost 300 years after the stand was made. Yeah, it's made from ZITAN wood, which is very hard and doesn't, after it's been treated, doesn't change a lot. And that proved to be a very good choice because the B still sits perfectly tight to this day. Yeah, this is of course a classic from Qianlong with this wave base here, and then of course the trigram symbol here, and this classic shape here. This is all very typical. Everything here has its meaning, and when you turn it around, you see the stellar symbol here, again an imperial symbol, and then the Li Shui pattern here, another imperial symbol, and then here you have a very fine incision work, a 4-line poem with 2 imperial seals from Qianlong's personal seals engraved here, which mark it as his personal collection. And you see here a poem that he wrote only to commemorate this specific piece and its twin brother, because there is a second one which is here, which has the same poem and the same stand, a jade disc that has not only a similar shape but also high qualities of the material itself, why it was also chosen for the collection. So there's 2 of them around. This one was at Poly auction some time ago in 2015 for 6.8 million renminbi, which is roughly 1.1 million euros. And this is its twin brother, which we have here. And this has also very good provenance. It was at Lempertz. This is the famous auction house in Cologne. On November 15, 1963, it's published in the catalog, lot number 1097. We have the catalog here. This is a copy of it, and it has the entry where it is described as pretty much what we describe it today. Only what has changed is the price. It was 900 German marks back in the day. That's roughly 400 euros. That's a bit less expensive than the 1.1 million euros at Poly. But that was, as I said, in 1963. Prices were different. The good thing is no one ever faked those things back in the day because they were so cheap and available around. So that's why we know this is a confirmed original, because it has this provenance. We also have, of course, here from the album that this collector who had this piece and who passed away made photos of every of his pieces and then cut out from the auctions where he bought it and made his own annotations. We have the copy of the original page from the collector's notes, which also confirms, of course, the purchase at Lempert's. All of this is here. What is also nice is, by the way, we have this very famous picture from the Emperor Qianlong in his study with his personal collection. And if you look closely here, you can see there is one bee here, which is suspended. Yeah, it's a similar one to this one. And then there is another one here, which is also in a similar stand with a poem carved. So you can see he was all the time surrounded by his bee discs. He loved them, and he created these stands for them. And that's what makes them so special. There's other ones that have larger bee discs, of course, and larger stands like these two. One is in the museum. This is from the Qijiao culture, the disc, and has inscriptions that were added later. This is in the National Palace Museum in Taipei. And then there is this one here, which sold for a mere 6.4 million euros 4 years ago at Sotheby's, Hong Kong. A larger disc and a larger screen. And then there is this one, of course. I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the story of it. And, yeah, the price, we started at 30,000 euros. Of course, if you want to try, there's no reserve. You can bid on it. Here you go. Good luck, and I hope to see you at the auction.